Alright commanders, brace yourself because today we're cracking open the icy depths of Girls Frontline 2 to talk about one of the coldest and newest dolls in the game, which is Robella. If you love scaling damage, frost synergy, and tactical playmaking, then you're in for a treat. We're diving deep into Robella's skill kit, her synergy, her strength, and what makes her such a chilling threat on Battlefield. Credits to Seiya for the skill translation. Robella is a Sentinel class doll with a deceptively supportive appearance. Don't be fooled though, because under the tactical frost is a killer. She thrives on stacking debuffs, exploiting freeze mechanics, and amplifying both her own and her allies' damage. Her gameplay revolves around deep insight, resonant link, and exposed weaknesses, forming a powerful feedback loop of support and burst damage. Now let's go and talk about her core mechanics. Deep Insight is a debuff Robella applies when allies with Resonant Link attack the enemy. When an enemy with Deep Insight ends their action near Robella, she triggers Frost Invasion, a freeze damage follow-up. Next core mechanic will be Exposed Weakness Scaling. After triggering Frost Invasion, Robella converts stack of Deep Insight into Exposed Weaknesses, which buffs both her basic and ultimate attacks, which is over 2 stacks. Her basic attack deals freeze damage and her crit rate goes up, creating a serious burst potential. And also we got Resonant Link Ally Synergy, which grants allies increased attack on freeze damage. It also lets Robella follow up their attacks with frost damage and Deep Insight debuff. So taking this accountable, I think MAKIATTO is actually good for Robella. It's not just a buff, also it's a tactical link that turns her allies into a frost delivery system. Take note that her skill and passive trigger freeze often, making her a perfect against shielded or buff heavy enemies. With core stabilization, she cleanses enemy buffs before frost invasion, which means ensuring cleaner and deadlier hits by your allies. Now let's go and talk about the skill breakdown. So her first skill will be Super Shot, which is basic attack. It deals standard physical damage, but with extra attention key, using this gains exposed weaknesses, ramping her up from the get-go. Next skill will be Light of Bond, which is an active and ally buff skill. It grants an ally Resonant Link, which increases attack on freeze damage. Robella gains extra command, letting her act again. Starts the engine for her passive and great for enabling allies and stacking Deep Insight early. Okay, next skill will be Radiant Memory, which is an active and also self-buff skill. Robella gains Radiant Ascension, boosting her damage. Upgrades all current Resonant Link and Deep Insight instances, improving their allies' strengths. Also gives her a Frost Barrier, making her more durable. Her ultimate is called Howling Chill, which is an AoE freeze damage. It deals cone-shaped AoE freeze damage and also combos extremely well after building exposed weakness stacks. It can turn the tide of battle, especially when enemy are clustered. Next up will be Critical Insight, which is her passive. At the end of the action, it gains Confectance Index. It triggers the Deep Insight, Frost Invasion, Exposed Weakness Chain, and also over 2 stacks of Exposed Weaknesses. Basic attack become freeze type plus crit rate bonus, which basically means that it got massive damage killing. Next one will be Robella Keys. Her keys turn her into an even more fearsome unit. Here's a quick summary of how each one upgrades her playstyle. First up, Defense Break. It applies defense down 2 before allies with Resonant Link attack, which means that more damage for the whole squad. Next up will be 3rd Gen Insight. It gives Robella attack up 2 if she has a Radiant Ascension. Next up, Extra Attention. It grants exposed weaknesses from her basic attack. Next up, Worse Than Dinner Game. Robella and allies do more freeze damage to shielded enemies, and this will be excellent versus boss units. Next up, Cold and Protective. When on the Frost Owl, she gets additional movement after using Super Shot or Howling Chill. Next up will be Core Stabilization. It cleanses enemy buff before Frost Invasion. Very strong in PvE and PvP content in the game. Next up will be the common key, Shield of Justice. Base damage is increased while she has shield. Now let's go and talk about why Robella is a great freeze unit. First up, Robella shines in freeze heavy composition. She doesn't just support them, she amplifies them. Her Deep Insight mechanic allows her to apply freeze damage consistently. Her passive rewards stack management, and her key boosts team-wide freeze synergy. In extended fights, her exposed weakness scaling can reach insane levels, converting her into a secondary damage carry. Combine this with her buff cleansing and AoE ultimate, and you got a unit that's deadly, durable, and also deeply tactical. Now let's go and talk about synergy. And one standout freeze partner for Robella is none other than MAKIATTO. And these two can make a chillingly effective duo, and here's why. Number 1 will be MAKIATTO applies freeze damage consistently. MAKIATTO's kit include multiple sources of freeze damage, which triggers the bonus from Robella's Resonant Link buff. Every time MAKIATTO uses her skill or intercept, Robella can apply Deep Insight, leading to a Frost Invasion. This creates a loop of passive damage, debuff, and also scaling. MAKIATTO can also help stack exposed weakness quickly. With MAKIATTO's frequent attacks, Robella can rapidly stack Deep Insight on enemies. When she triggers Frost Invasion, she gains exposed weaknesses, accelerating her ramp up. This means Robella hits her power spike faster than in most other team comps. And it can also double freeze pressure for control and damage. Both dolls apply freeze, making it harder for enemies to act. Robella weakens them further with defense down and scaling crit damage, and MAKIATTO can follow up with high freeze burst with Robella cleanses buff and lands devastating AoEs. And yeah, strong tile and formation synergy. If you're playing maps with frost tiles, Robella gains movement bonuses and barrier protection. So if you got Sumi, it will be helpful. And also pair that with MAKIATTO's control utility, and you have a team that's mobile, disruptive, and also deadly. So my thoughts on this unit for now is that Robella is a powerful hybrid unit with strong support capabilities with burst potential. Her attack base scaling lets her get stronger as the fights goes on, and her ability to cleanse buff, apply freeze damage, and follow up allied attacks with Deep Insight makes her invaluable in both PvE and PvP right now. With the right positioning and planning, she can soften up enemy defenses and then shatter them with upgraded ultimate. Her damage increases against shielded enemies, and her synergy with Frostile makes her even more mobile and flexible in longer engagement. So I guess that's it. So what's your take on Robella? Do you see her as a core member of your freeze team comp, or maybe as a tactical support that scales into a monster DPS? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and always make sure to like, subscribe, and smash that bell button for more Girls Frontline 2 breakdowns. Stay frosty and see you later.
住手！细数你的罪恶吧！
你给我上！变身！
赐予我力量！那么，接下来是我的高光时刻！瞄准弱点，突击！下一个，为了所保护的人。终于再见到您了，请您下令。指挥官，洛贝拉听候您的差遣，一如从前。